Today on the channel, we're going to be talking about Mr. Guillermo Del Toro's new film rendition of Frankenstein. It is streaming right now on Netflix. Go check it out, and it is showing at some local theaters near you. Give this video a thumbs up, guys. A brilliant but egotistical scientist brings a monstrous creature to life in a daring experiment that ultimately leads to the undoing of both the creator and his tragic creation. I'm just saying this right off the bat, there are two downsides to this particular film, so I'm going to leave that until the end of the video. First and foremost, this movie is gorgeous. It has Guillermo Del Toro's artistical touch to it. If you go back and look at his filmography, of starting with Pan's Labyrinth, Crimson Peak, The Shape of Water, he likes to put a gothic cloth over his films. This movie takes place in the 1800s, so right off the bat, there is a historical look to it. During the period of the Victorian era, this movie stars Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, Jacob Elordi, and Christoph Waltz. Now, that's just the core for this movie. So we start off with Oscar Isaac. He plays Victor Frankenstein. We get a perspective of how he grew up, and after the sudden death of his mom, his father puts him on a pedestal to be, this great scientist when he grows up. And something clicks in Victor's head to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be greater than you. His ego explodes. And so that's the kind of man he turns himself into. The other element that brings him to that breaking point is the death of his mother. Oscar Isaac here, one of his best roles. After viewing the film, I don't know what is really accurate to Mary Shelley's novel, seeing as how I haven't read the book myself. Something about this film that held back so much more we could have done with these characters, maybe due to time constraints, maybe due to budget. Now, Victor Frankenstein also has a younger sibling. He's engaged to this woman played by Mia Goth. Now, she's an interesting character. She does not have as much screen time as Oscar Isaac, and I think that's another detriment to the film. Again, I talked about this movie kind of holding back. Well, Mia Goth here, she's kind of a mystery, soft-spoken, but when she does speak up, she's very intelligent. We also meet Christoph Waltz, sort of the catalyst, providing Victor Frankenstein with what he needs, a laboratory, the finances, all that's taken care of by Christoph Waltz's character. As this movie chugs along, you see the downward spiral of Victor Frankenstein. Once he reaches his goal and brings the monster to life, he goes off the rails. There's always been a selfishness to him. I talked about the monster. Frankenstein he comes to life, and he is played by Jacob Elordi. Previous renditions of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the early 1900s black and white, Frankenstein, Boris Karloff. There wasn't a lot of depth to those characters, but here he has plenty of screen time. We see a nurturing side with both Victor Frankenstein and his monster. He shows him the ropes to life, to feel, to learn to feel, learn to speak, learn to touch, and we get just enough of that on screen for him to recognize that, I don't want to be restrained anymore. He wants to be his own person. It's where we jump into the second act of this film. We see this whole side plot. It's essentially one big side plot. It's not really continuing the story as much as I wanted it to. The monster Frankenstein becomes his own person and learns to survive on its own and recognize that his creator is not a good person. Let's talk about the two main negatives about this film. Kind of touched on that a little bit with this movie was holding back, and to an extent I felt like it was holding back, but maybe Guillermo Del Toro was focusing on trying to stay true to the novel as much as possible, and I think he succeeded. But another downfall is that this movie will not, I can almost guarantee you that this movie will not be out on physical media like ever, because Netflix is so against that idea for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, as beautiful as watchable, the rewatchability of this movie, it's all there. It's well done, well shot, well acted, and it's just gonna be stuck rotting on Netflix. And we'll never, me personally, I'll never get to have the chance to order a copy of this movie because of their rules at Netflix, and it's just such a big downer. Another nitpick would be, I wish this movie was longer. I wish this movie was another 30 to 45 minutes. I wanted to see this movie really flourish. To say that this is Guillermo Del Toro's magnum opus, it could have been. It's not, but it could have been. This film was rushed. And this movie is a little bit over 2 hours, and it went by so fast, which to me is kind of bizarre. I felt like this movie was rushed. It was rushed to be put out to, the masses, of course. This movie deserves to be in theaters and not on some streaming service. But anyways, those are my thoughts, guys. I'm sorry for rambling on and on. Guys, give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you just found my channel. More content to come on the way all month long. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for more, guys. Take care.